Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Hold on, something just went wrong, and fantastic, that's back up and running, hopefully. Perfect. So, welcome to the stream, and it is an incredibly exciting stream today because we are testing out Flysmarter, which is actually going to release within the next few days, hopefully, so long as we don't find anything the matter with it today. So we are on the ground in Gibraltar at the moment. Very short runway, so we'll be running some tests here. I see a few of you in chat, so welcome Flying Cube and welcome Felix. How are you both? Hopefully you're doing well. So let's get right into out to the aircraft first of all. I think that's the one we want. Yeah, that's perfect. Alright, let's get into the flight deck and we can start having a look through stuff. I still don't actually have much of a plan for today, I do have to be honest, because this is a tiny bit last minute, so we'll have, well, we can choose together what we want to do, I suppose. So first of all, just checking the flight deck. Normal stuff, spoilers, flaps, spark brake, and mode selected, thrust levers. Radar and predictive wind shear off, transponder off, landing gear, levers down, lights, seatbelt signs, fuel pumps are off, brilliant, so we can load the aircraft up when we're ready. And although I've got an 80 knot headwind on your flight back to Denver, 4 hours flight time. Yeah, that's not great, Cube. Alright, so let's head into the EFB first of all. Get our mass and balance up. So my first plan is to do a circuit around Gibraltar. We'll take off at maximum takeoff weight, so that will either be regulated or it will be our maximum structural takeoff weight. We'll decide at the time. So first things first, we will get the METAR. So let's get the METAR for Gibraltar, LXGB, I believe. Yeah, that's correct. 09, no, so we'll be on 27 with that wind. Okay. So let's head straight into Flysmarter, put all of that data in and find out what our regulated takeoff weight is here. So LXGB 27. Noise abatement, 2 departure, no intersection, so nice short runway, 1,829 meters available here. Wind is 230 at 17, so put that in. Outside air temperature 17. QNH 1015. It's a dry runway, so anti-ice can be off. Takeoff weight, we'll just put in, what should we, 60. Well, we just need to get a regulated takeoff weight, so flex. Config 1, we can try with config 1 off. And no, that's a bit odd. Anyway, that's not worked. Config 2 will work though, and we've got a nice heavy maximum regulated takeoff weight, actually 70.2. See what that gives us. Oh yes, okay, interesting. And just to prove that we can't go over that, and of course it gives us a warning. So we'll go, that's below our structural takeoff weight, so we will go for maximum regulated takeoff weight out of here. So mass and balance, let's just get all of this. Let's add some more passengers, add some more cargo. Uh, 70.2, isn't it? So 70.3.4 will go. Apply Load aircraft. Instant. Dismiss. And the reason why we're going slightly over is, of course, we will burn some fuel on the taxi out. So that's what we'll put in there. And we'll get back to... There we go. QNH is 1015, which is set. And that's all good. Get the seatbelt signs on now. We've finished refueling. Ground control can come on. Check the CVR. Perfect. CVR is working. Fuel pumps, they can come on. Beautiful. And we'll have a quick look at the charts in a moment. Let me just get low power mode off. There we go. And we'll get LXGB, Gibraltar, charts, airport approaches, and we're on runway 27, so visual procedure for 27, no, SRA 27, there we go. Okay, that's pretty simple then. So we'll just go down to here, data init, and we'll just go. And we are, of course, not on VATSIM at the moment, so we can do pretty much whatever we like. Flight number is easy. 321. We'll put in there just for testing purposes. Cost index 4 is always 6,000 feet. Get that right out of the way. There's no terrain to the left of the airport, meaning that I would be tempted just to do a visual procedure, which is fine. Miami, hello. Right, let's do data init flight plan, secondary flight plan radnav init B, and 0 fuel weight is, well, we'll send that across actually. Data init flight plan, secondary flight plan init B, and performance. Let's do the input the performance. So V1 128 139 and 143. Let me see what Miami, yes I did. Flaps 2 I should put in there. Flaps 2, flex 47. Alright, thrust reduction acceleration 10, 11. 10, 11. Engine out acceleration 10, 11. Green dot is 225 knots. Phoenix has 226. That's a question of rounding, so that does not make Flysmarter any more inaccurate, so that's fine. So that is cool. Okay, let's just get the runways in then, and we'll get in this one. Arrival 27. Insert. And look at flight rate. 40,000 people following it. Alright, Miami, yep. Perfect. What we'll do... Fix info page LXGB27. Alright, 27 then. What can we put in here? So, charts, airport. So, 27088 degrees. Let's zoom in a bit as well. And we want one coming down, so 268, so that's 178 degrees. Perfect. 6 miles. And that's it, I think. Let's get the APU is on, smoking signs on, nav logo lights, strobes, beacon. All are good. So that's fine. Let's verify the takeoff performance then. Flaps 2. Flaps 2, flex 47, 128, 139, 143. And we've got a stop margin there of 29 meters. Regulator takeoff weight 70.2, which we are on. And quick approach briefing, so there are minimal threats. We're doing visual left-hand circuits, and of course avoid the terrain to the right would be a good idea as well. And the other threat is of course the short runway and overweight landing, which we will be doing as well, but we'll ignore that for now. So get into the altitude field, 6,000 feet, seatbelt signs, AP bleed is all good, and then we'll push back. So let's do that now. Connect tug, start, and release parking brake. Ignition start, starting engine 1, and 27, my Gibraltar, whatever, isn't too good, but I'm pretty sure we push back this way. You'll notice I am in the Phoenix and Microsoft Flight Sim as well. That's a bit rare these days, but that is the only 320 I have, so we'll be using it for the purposes of this demonstration, at least. And after we complete this flight and a few circuits around Gibraltar, I'll give you a more in-depth, what do you call it, tutorial as to how to use Flysmarter and what it actually does. Disconnect tug, set parking brake, and engine 1 is available. Starting engine number 2. And we're also going to be doing a rejected takeoff here at Gibraltar after this flight. So engine number 2 is available. After start flow then, so that. Set flap setting config 2 and reset rudder trim, that's fine. Get the beacon light, of course, on, wing light, taxi light, taxis, and we can do that one as well. Get the trim setting, so I sent a DM, let me just check that quickly. Cube, where is it? Probably tried a flap 1 config, then switched it to flap 2, but no new perf figures. Alright, Cube, I will check that on the API, but might not be a bug, I'm just warning you. Oh no, my Phoenix views have been reset, hold on. Let's get them. Perfect. Right, auto brake max in case of a rejected takeoff. And that's all fine. TARA we can go. Packs are off for this departure as well because that gives us a little bit of extra performance. Parking brake released. Oh, and the other thing I just wanted to check quickly was the 29.2, okay. Oh, shoot. What did that do? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Yeah, Cube, if you were on a long runway, then the figures won't be any different. Because, well, because it's a long runway. Yeah, okay, Cube, I can guarantee you're on a very long runway. And that's why it would be. Okay, let's enter the runway here, I think. You mean meters, Cube? 3,650 meters. That would make sense, yeah. Now, I believe... Yeah, we taxi to the end of the runway and then... Right, let's see if this works. Can you put your prediction in chat? Will we get off the ground? Yeah, Cube, that's because, well, it is a bug, but it's a bug because it just complicated stuff in the code means it would be really difficult to account for everything, basically. Alright. Let's stop it there. Takeoff. Start the chrono. Set 50%. Half side stick forward. Holding it on the brakes. Set. Brakes released. And GT stable. Set takeoff thrust. Manflex 47 SRS. Auto thrust blue. Let's go. 100 knots checked. V1. Rotate. Nav. Positive climb. Gear up. Well, that, the takeoff performance in that case worked perfectly, so I'm happy with that. The next one we'll do, though, we'll do a rejected takeoff as well, so... Right, leveling off at 2,000 feet, flight directors off, bird on. Pool speed 200. Keep that 30-degree bank in. F speed, flaps 1, speeds checked, flaps 1. Keep that descent rate off a tiny bit. And leveling out about there. And don't worry about the terrain, it's fine. Oh, I should have... right, 45 seconds, get the timer going. Yeah, that's fine. Let's try and set that, because performance, I need to get that in to activate the approach phase. 1.5, temperature 17 degrees. 230 at 17, 230, 17, barrow, 500. Previous phase, activate. Out 9. Right. Let's get the speed managed. Flaps 2, speeds checked, flaps 2. Gear down. Keep that 30-degree bank in. We're too high, but correcting. And we're way too far to the right. And that wind is not helping us either. Let's keep the nose coming down. Flaps 3, speed check, flap 3. That was completely my fault for not entering the destination data. We'll see if we can make a landing out of it though. Spoilers armed. Yeah. Cancel master Gaussian.
Tank rate. Tank rate.
Don't worry about this. This is
100, 50, 40, 30, 20, retard.
please, Phoenix, do not float, do not float, do not float. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that was my poor flying ability there. Well, it wasn't really. I forgot to enter the arrival data. So I was entering the arrival data and it messed up the our circuit there. Oh well. We made it down, and now it is time for the slightly more interesting version of that, because we're going to be doing a rejected takeoff at V1. So let me taxi back to the end of the runway, and then we'll do that. So, flap 2, and we will load the aircraft back up to 70.2 tons if we've dropped below, which we have, so let's just... That was interesting. Let's just reload the aircraft. 70... There we go. We're loaded back up. Let's get the spoilers down. Perfect. Send that to the Mach 2. 28.5 is our new trim setting, so let's put that in. 28.5, somewhere around about there anyway. And we'll once again double check the takeoff figures that we've got entered. So, oh shoot, well that would help. Okay, we'll get to the end of the runway and fill everything out again. And then after this I'm going to make the runway wet, and we'll do another ejected takeoff. Slowing the aircraft right down for this turn. Parking brake set, and we'll quickly fill out the data again. So, in it. Yes cube RTO at V1 is the plan. LXGB to LXGB. Easy one, it's just quicker. That's 460. Okay, data init flight plan, so we'll go. It really doesn't matter what we put in here because we're not doing it, so there we go. Data init flight plan, secondary flight plan, radar init B, that's the important one. Performance is another important one, 128. So same figures again, 128, 139. And 143. Flex 47 and config 2 this time. Okay, so just to prove that we are indeed at almost 70.2 tons, we're on the regulated takeoff weight, and we're going to abort the takeoff at V1. Okay, takeoff for the second time. Chronos 50%, and we can't do it because the brakes are hot, and that would make it an unfair test. Do you know if the Phoenix models actual brake energy, or does it just show you the temperatures? I'm not sure. Because that's the reason why you have to wait for the brakes, is number one, so they don't catch on fire in the event of an RTO, and number two, because if they reach a level of brake energy, then they will become ineffective. Oh well, we'll do it. If we overrun, then it might have to do with brake energy, but we'll just start a new flight and it'll be fine. Okay, so chrono started, set 50%. On the ground spoilers and on max auto brake, 50% set, EGT stable brakes, release set takeoff thrust. Okay. Why did that not work? Let's get back to the start of the runway. Performance. Oh, we need to recycle the flight directives, that's why. Okay, let's get back to the start of the runway. 3, 2, 1, that's a fair test from there, I think. Reverses off, there we go. Alright, start the chrono, set 50%, half side stick forward. %, set, EGT stable brakes, release set takeoff thrust. Oh, what's... Oh my gosh, that was not my fault, it was 50%, EGT, brakes release set takeoff thrust. Manflex 47 SRS auto thrust blue. $100 knots checked. V1 abort. Max reverse. Well, it brought us to a stop with quite a lot more margin than it said, so I take that as a success. Perfect. Alright, next one is another RTO, but we will do... Well, of course, another aspect of it is you have to trust the Phoenix flight model in all of this. Okay, so we'll do a wet runway this time. So, let me bring Flysmarter up again. Let's do 66 tons, compute, there we go, 54, but this time it's going to be a wet runway, and compute that. Alright, so this time it's saying flex 46, and the figures have altered slightly as well. We've got, have they? Yeah, we've got lower V2, I'm not sure, but oh well. So it is. We will go with it. Oh, but we've got to actually make the runway wet, don't we? Oh, how do I make the runway wet here? Oh, let's do this. Okay, let's... Alright, let's bring that down. Altitude top. Altitude bottom. There we go. Let's do that. Density. Pretty high density. Not very clear at all. And we'll go... Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Rain. This is how we'll do it. We'll wait until the runway is nice and wet, though. Precipitation, inches per hour. Oh, a lot. Let's get the runway soaking. Let's get the runway soaking as soon as possible. ISO plus 10. How do I... Okay, I need to do some conversions here for different things. So temperature F2C Fahrenheit to Celsius. Here we go. Accept all. How many Fahrenheit? 44.14. Calculate 6 degrees apparently. Okay. We'll put that in that case. So 6 degrees. Do we have any wind? Delete wind layer. Okay, so we'll get rid of the wind. And QNH 2992. Something tells me that's 1013, so we'll put that in. Okay. 66, so we need 68.1. Get it up to the regulated takeoff weight. That's all fine. Ooh. What happened there? Oh, it's because... Oh, you see, so we just lowered the wind and it said we were unable. Ooh, what's gone wrong here? 61, let's see, can we do that? Yeah, 65.6. Can we do that? There we go. Right, we are on the regulated takeoff weight now. So we will get the aircraft a bit lighter. So 65.6 is required. .6. There we go. Apply. Load aircraft. Instant. Dismiss. Okay. Flex of Toga, so we can take that one out. Oh, that doesn't even matter. 128. Yeah, 134 this time. And 139. Bit lighter, so bit lower speeds. That all makes sense. Packs off, it says. Okay, we'll do that. We didn't actually do that last time, so packs off. Climb that blue, get the flight directors cycled again, so get them off and back on. Beautiful. I don't see any rain, that's the only concerning part of this. Oh, there we go. And then we can check 44. Perfect. Alright, we are ready for this then. So runway is wet. We don't want it to be water particularly, so let's just get max auto brake on the ground spoilers again, and we will release the parking brake. Takeoff. Start the chrono. 50%. Half side stick forward. Get the bird off. Set EGT stable, brakes release, set takeoff thrust. Mantoga SRS auto thrust blue. .100 knots checked. V1 abort. Oh dear. Hello. Okay. Well, that was interesting. Right. Now, I think I might know what caused that, so let's try my theory. The runway, I think you could have considered that water rather than just wet, because it was pretty soaking, actually. So to test that theory, we'll have another go. Felix, how would you have considered that water? So, was that wet or water, that runway? I would have said that was water. It was pretty soaking. In which case, all is not lost. We'll taxi again. Yeah, we will give that another go. And hope that it goes... Why does it put us on runway 09? We're on runway 27. Anyway, engines are going... No, they're not. Thank you. Panel states ready. Activate. And then we will just taxi to the end of the runway. Get the live time away. How would you estimate the deepness of standing water? Ooh. I mean, it was very... I think we could have called it water. I mean, it's hard to judge, isn't it, in the flight sim, how deep water is. Let me re-watch part of that stream where that went wrong, and then I can tell you. Yeah, I'm not sure. But it was very wet, so... Okay, in that case, what we'll do, we'll rerun that departure. And we'll definitely have a water-contaminated runway, and then we'll... There's no arguing about it. So, let's do that. Plus now braking action is measured in codes. So it's clearly kind of different. Yeah. And that's done by pilot reporting as well. So, oh well. We'll run some wet figures and see what happens. Sorry, some water contaminated figures and see what that brings up. And I've just been running the figures as well, and that's what I got, so we'll increase that to 62.2 in a moment. Do we have enough power? Yeah, we'll stop it about there, I think. Parking brake set, so that can be max. On the ground, spoilers, flap set and config 3 this time. Get that armrest out the way, radar, predictive wind shear. Signs on. Landing lights as well. Get them on. Hello, welcome back, Cube. So, LXGB to LXGB. Yeah, well, Cube, our last takeoff performance wasn't quite perfect. We sort of ended up in the ocean. So we've just been having a bit of a discussion about the condition of the runway, and we've concluded that I computed with the wrong figures. Flight plan, technically flight plan, RADNAV, init B. So let's... so 62.2. 2.2. Toga, so 62.2. Apply load aircraft instant. Dismiss. Perfect. Send that across and we'll go performance. 126 131 135. Putting that in config 3 Toga, and that's fine. Gross weight 28.4. Okay, right, perfecto. Let's have another go at that. Brakes released set 50%. Takeoff. Half side stick forward. Oh shoot. 50% set TGT. Stable brakes release set Toga. Man Toga SRS auto thrust blue. A 100 knots checked. V1 abort. Oh shoot. Well, it would... Oh, my reverse is on. Right. Yeah. Fantastic. Yeah. Brilliant. Oh no. What went... That was user error. I never selected reverses, so it didn't do the rejected takeoff regime. Well, that's just typical, isn't it? I mean, come on. It's because I've got the, yeah, anyway, that was completely my fault. So I am not blaming the calculator for that. Okay, we are on the right runway this time though, which is a result. Okay. Let's let's hope that doesn't... I was wondering why the hell am I not slowing down, but it was because that happened, so oh well. Rain. Let's do a Fahrenheit converter again, 60.12. Calculate 15 degrees, okay, so pretty much 58.52. I think it's pretty much ISA, yeah, 10, so 15 degrees. No wind because I just got rid of that. And 1013 water contaminated. Perfect. Compute. 62. 61.5. 61.6, yeah, 61.9 we can do. Alright. Finally. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but we're not at the start of the runway, so we'll fix that now. Oh shoot, that's because we're not even... Okay. We'll leave it on Toga while we push back a moment. And our regulated takeoff weight this time is 61.9, which doesn't surprise me in the slightest. Okay, let's push back a tiny bit further. Right, that's a realistic place where you'd be, so that's fine. Set the parking brake. 61.9 I said, didn't I? So 61.9, apply, load aircraft instant, and we'll see it this time. So, init, LXGB, LXGB, EZY1, cost index 460, so 6,000 data in at flight plan, secondary flight plan, rad nav init B, send all of that over, and performance finally. So it's Toga 126, 130, well, fair enough, and 135. Flap set and config 3, and no flex temp. Right. Takeoff weight CFG 29.6, so 29.6. Packs can come off as well. Seat belts, all of that sort of stuff. Landing lights. Done. Set flap set and config 3. There we go. On the ground spoilers, radar, predictive wind shear, transponder. On max auto brake. Takeoff config test. Cabin check. Alright, let's do this then. So, flight sim live. Release the parking brake. Takeoff. Again, start the chrono, set 50%. Set EGT stable brakes, release set Toga. Man Toga SRS auto thrust blue. (100 knots) checked. V1 abort. reversers. Keep the reversers in. There we go. Reversers off. And set the parking brake. Alright then, so it said we would have 6 meters to spare. And we had, well, not much more than that, but it worked. And, actually, if we look outside, I would say that's about 6 meters, would you not? That is about 6 meters, come on. Perfect. You cannot argue with that. Absolutely brilliant. Oh, I'm so happy right now. Yeah, crazy. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. Let's head somewhere else. I think that's Jersey pretty much done. Yeah, so let's head somewhere else. That is crazy. You don't get another calculator that's quite that accurate, I can tell you that. Oh, should we run one at Madeira? No, I don't think we should, actually. Let's go to Amilcar Cabral Airport down in Cape Verde. We'll run some stuff here. Alright, ready to fly. So this is a slightly different runway. It's much longer, so we can explore some slightly different stuff here. We'll definitely do... Actually, should we do an engine failure at V1? I think that would be a good idea. At max takeoff weight. We'll do that, I think. Put it to the test. Or, should we do a snow-contaminated runway? We could do that. Okay. Anyway. Data in it. Easy 1. Cost index of 4. And we're going to be cruising today at 6,000 feet. Alright then, data in it. Flight plan, secondary flight plan, Radnav. In it B. So, okay, let's have a look at the calculator, see what we can do here. So, GVAC. Oh no, sorry, that's not an airport. GVAC, there we go, get the runways, we're on runway 01. Let's do a snowy contaminated runway, anti-ice, engine and wing, packs on, config 1. And we'll go at the regulated takeoff weight, 65.8 tons. So that's Toga, we're very heavy, so we've got slightly higher speeds this time. And we'll do it this way. Two meters margin, it reckons, this time. So this one's really going to be pushing it as far as what it's capable of. So let's load up with passengers. Get some fuel in the tanks as well. 65.8. Load aircraft instant. Dismiss. Alright then, get that sent over. Flap setting config 1, we can do that now. Get that on, that that. That. Perfect. Packs are on. Engine and wing anti-ice. We're getting all of them on. Get that. Get that. Strobes. Right, let's make the runway snowy. So we can bring this down, delete the wind layer, get that on. Density, scatter, not much. Altitude top, altitude bottom. Alright, Cube, sorry. So, let me talk you through what we're doing now. So we are now going to be doing snowy contaminated runway if it'll allow us to. So yeah, that's the plan. Precipitation, we'll just do loads of precipitation, and that's all good. Right, so ISA conditions. We're at maximum regulated takeoff weight at the moment, so signs can come on, and we're on a much longer runway this time as well. So we get the full range of weights, runway lengths, etc. So that's the plan. Config 1, Toga, and that's good. Packs are on, anti-ice is on. Flap set and config 1 set. Ecam memo. Takeoff no blue. So let's have a look at how well it handles this. So brake released. Holding it on the toe brakes. Takeoff set 50%. Offside stick forward. EGT stable. Brakes release, set takeoff thrust. Man Toga SRS auto thrust blue. So we're going to be accelerating quite a long way down here before we abort. $100 knots checked. Oh, it's a slippery runway. 100 knots. Abort. V1, sorry, abort. And that brought us to a stop very early. Although, probably the reason for that is that Flight Sim doesn't actually simulate a snowy runway, because you can see the runway's currently wet instead. So what we'll do is we'll taxi back to the start and we'll do another of our favourite water contaminated runway tests. But then again, it's much better that there's more margin than less, so I'm still happy with that test. It's just, I think, a limitation of the Flight Sim in this case. So while we're heading back, I'll just make that runway water instead. And compute that. 67, okay. So we'll increase that weight a bit. 67 tons. Compute. And obviously Toga 146, 147, 151. So the VR and V2 speeds have increased because we're a little bit heavier. Stop margin 6 meters this time though. Yeah, that would make sense. Takeoff weight's increased a bit, so we'll see what happens We'll see what happens. If you are enjoying the stream, don't forget to leave a like, it is greatly appreciated. And Cube, just to show you why there's that bug with your flaps config on long runways. Oh, it actually did allow us to do config 2. Yeah, see, so it won't allow config 3 on this runway because it's too long. But config 2, that's interesting. See, so we gained half a ton of regulated takeoff weight by doing that. Anyway, back to config 1. Right, we will line up on the runway. And of course it has to be a bit realistic, so we won't start right from the start. We may start from here. I mean, if it's a damp runway, then the pilots are gonna want to get as much as possible. Okay, so max auto brake again. Spoilers armed. So 146, 146, 146. No, 147 that time, and 151. No flex temp. What's our weight doing? Let's reset that. And we want 67 tons this time, so increase all of that a little bit. 0.9, isn't it? Apply load aircraft instantly. Dismiss. Send that over to the McDo, and we'll set trim value 30.6 as well. So 30.6, somewhere around about there. And parking brake released, set 50%. Start the chrono. Half side stick forward. 50%. EGT stable, brakes released, and set toga. Man, toga, SRS, auto thrust blue. And away we go. $100 knots checked. V1 abort. Right, so we still had more than 6 meters of margin, but again, better to have more margin than less. And, yeah. No, Cube, I did armored, it's just I accidentally disengaged it. Like, immediately. But yeah, it's fine. So, we did have more than 6 meters of margin. So, yeah. That is fine. So, what do we do now? That's the question, isn't it? So, yeah, that's pretty much all the stream came here to do. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know another thing you wanted to see. Fair enough. We'll do that. This is the last thing that I'm going to do today. Is a good old-fashioned engine failure on takeoff. Engine failure at V1 to be more exact. So I'm pretty sure I installed the scenery. We'll do it at Mount Pleasant unless I didn't install the scenery. I might not have installed the scenery. In which case we'll go to Lisbon or somewhere. It does look like I have the scenery, so that might be a good sign. Yeah, I do have the scenery. Alright, then, Mount Pleasant in the Falklands. Let's have a go here. Let's get the aircraft to a ready state again. And we'll push the aircraft back to the start of the runway. Oh no, that wasn't meant to happen. So yeah, we'll do one on max takeoff weight. All right, Cube. Okay. And this is interesting because we've got some wind here, so we can test out the VMU limitation as well. Which we should, well, yeah, we will encounter it because the left engine critical. So, most critical engine will fail the left engine as well. That'll be interesting. Now, of course, make it a little bit realistic. Don't park right at the start of the runway. So we'll park about here, I guess. Parking brake set. Cancel master caution. Clear out ECAM. Perfect. And let's get Flysmarter up and go through the calculation here. Echo Golf Yankee Papa, runway 28. Yeah, that's correct. Enter. Let me get the meta quickly. Meta TAF.com. Oh, come on. Meta TAF. Oh, okay. Consent. Echo Golf Yankee Papa. Alright. Just checking the meta quickly. See full meta and TAF. Alright, perfect. So, the wind here is, what is it? 220 at 21 knots. Temperature is 10 degrees. QNH 1011. So dry runway, anti-ice can be off. We'll leave the packs on though, reduce the performance a bit. and increase to our maximum takeoff weight 73.5 tons. Compute that. Alright, perfect. Clear out ECAM. And those are our figures. Flex 52, 142, 142, 147, which gives us 8 meters of margin, so we've not got much to play with at all this time. But at V1, when the engine fails, we'll continue. We'll continue the departure. And see if we can get airborne. Data init flight plan, secondary flight plan, radnav init B. Alright, let's get us up to the maximum takeoff weight, so plenty of 60, there we go, 61, 73.5. Apply, load aircraft, instant. Dismiss, send to McDo, 12,500 things of fuel. Alright, perfect. So, V1, 142, 142, 147. Flap set and config 1. And flex 52. There we go. And I will just get up Sky Dolly. And so, yeah, because we'll do a circuit, come back into land on one engine, and I'll say goodbye once we finish this. So that's the plan to finish the stream. That's worked out quite nicely, actually. So, start. Record. Perfect. Alright, so 1208. 1208. Perfect. 1208. And I guess we ought to actually do something here as well. So departure 28. Insert arrival. ILS 28 via Alpha. There we go. Perfect. Data init flight plan, secondary flight plan. This is important. So secondary flight plan, copy be active. Okay, so engine out procedure, turn to 120 degrees. So we won't put in the full engine out procedure, but EGYP28 brackets. What can we do? We can do 28, so 10 miles, and we'll put that in under MPA A260. Where's that one? Okay, and that one, new destination, okay, hold on. Return. And then we can clear out the discontinuity. Hold at Alpha. Computed, there we go. Return. And that links up together quite nicely. Performance. And it's continue climbing 4,000 feet, so we'll put in 4,000 feet max order brake. Flap set and config 1, get that all in, done, get the lights on, and packs can stay on as well, 12.5, so we've got most of the fuel. Alright, wish me luck. Hopefully this will go well. Let me just set the failure in the AFB. So we'll go here, failures, and then flight controls, power plant, FADEC, engine surge, engine failure, engine 1 failure, arm failure condition, above IAS 142. Well, 141, I guess. No, 142. There we go. Enter. Oh, actually, no. Enter, and then select event V1. Apply changes. So that's arm. That's all in. Correct data. Perfect. Right, let's do this then. Brakes released. And start the chrono. Set 50%. Again, half side stick forward. Welcome back, Cube. Right. EGT stable, brakes release, set takeoff thrust. Manflex 52, SIS runway auto thrust blue. And whatever happens, we're continuing this departure. So just remember that. 100 knots checked. V1 continue. Right rudder in, rotate. Bit of right wing down. Positive climb, gear up. Pitch to 10 to 12.5, it should be targeting. We've got right rudder in, so we will go no. We'll put right trim, 5 seconds. Put a bit more right trim. Push forward, we're buffeting a bit.
Too low. Terrain.
Okay, we're still climbing.
Too low. Terrain. Too low. Terrain.
Okay, we can pitch up, pitch towards
Too
V2.
low. Terrain.
Alright, cancel master caution. Get that right trim keeping on going in. Get the autopilot in. More right trim. The Phoenix takes a lot of right trim, but I guess it's because of the wind, isn't it? Autopilot in. There we go, right. Engine out clear. Flight plan, secondary flight plan. Activate secondary flight plan. Perfect. It's now following the course. We can assess the issue. Engine 1 failure. Start ECAM. Ignition. Selected to ignition. Engine master 1 off. Thrust lever 1 idle. Confirm lever 1 idle. If damage, engine fire push button. Engine indication seems stable, no damage. Shut down. Perfect. Okay, land as soon as possible. We're still in SRS. We'll go to open climb now. Full speed, 180. Get it up to green dot, which is 232. And the takeoff performance worked again. I mean, we lost... Well, we kept it on the runway. It was... The issues were really just caused by the strong crosswind, but it was a safe departure. We got off the runway. We would have had margin to stop as well, but we climbed away. We've got the green dot speed, which we know we can now increase to. And it was a success, really, so that's great. Stick around till the end because I will announce a release date for it. It's coming up very, very soon, actually, just looking at the date today. Yeah. Yeah, we needed so much right trim because of the wind. 22 knots of crosswind. Imbalance monitor, TCAS mode, TA. There we go, and we can clear out ECAM. Pack 1 can come off. And actually that one can... No. Oh, that one should be MCT. That's odd behavior. Oh, we should have... Yeah. Oh, shoot. To be fair, that's user error. Okay. Pull heading. That was pilot error there. So what we should probably do instead is performance. 1011. Temperature is 10 degrees. 220 at 21. Yeah, there we go. So in that case, climb. Come on. Uh, 232 is the green dot speed, so we'll increase to that. Speed flaps up, speed check flap up. There we go. Thrust MCT. Right, there we go. Okay. That must be a modern thing in Airbus logic. But that seems odd that I need both thrust levers up there. Oh well. Never mind, that's a small issue in this stream, and we don't really need to be concerned over it. Approach phase active, so we'll do that, and we're at green dot anyway. And right now we would be discussing the threats to be aware of for our landing, and the threats are that it's overweight by 9 tons. Get the constraints on, we can start descending 3,000 feet. Flap 1, speed check, flap 1. Alright, cube, see ya. Medium auto brake. On the ground spoilers, perfect. They should have been on anyway. Uh, 20 degrees, so 60. Alright, and we'll turn around in a moment. Direct to Alpha. Not yet, no. We'll go to 250. See you, Felix. Insert. Okay, there we go. Direct into Alpha. Alright, get the eyeless push button on, check the overhead, we can turn that off. Clear out, clear out, clear out. Clear out. Clear. Alright. So, GS lock, blue, cat 3 single. Localizer captured. Flap 2 speed check, flaps 2. Oh, that's interesting though. Let's get them down to 190. Flap 2 speed check, flap 2. That view is not set up, so let's set that one up as well. Control Alt 3, there we go. Alright, glide slope star. And glide slope is almost captured. Come on. Glide slope captured.
2,500.
Rad out alive. Flap 3, speed check, flap 3. And flap full, speed check, flap full. Oh shoot, gear down, sorry. Sorry, that is my, yeah, I should have done that before flap 3, really. $1,000 feet is coming up. Stable glide slope localizer and speed trend. Visual with the runway, autopilot off, I have control. I'll try and minimize the drift as much as possible. Got a lot of rudder trimming.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue. Keep the nose coming down.
50, 40, 30.
Cut the power.
Retard. Drive.
There we go. Spoilers, reverse green diesel. Reverse off manual brakes. And welcome back to Mount Pleasant. I reckon that's the stream complete, so let me just get the replay up quickly. Set the parking brake there. And we'll stop the replay. We'll get it playing for you. So
Too low. Terrain.
what is it? 2136. So 1936, 1736, 1706. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed them, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, as it really does help the channel, and it does help in my mission to raise awareness for organ donation. So I really do appreciate everyone who does that. And the thing you've now been waiting the whole stream to hear is, when will it be released? And the answer is on the 24th of March 2025. So that's in 3 days time. And I really hope you enjoy it. I've spent a lot of time working on it, and it is simply for my satisfaction and of course your enjoyment, so please do have fun using it. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Take care.